We are the Looters, a sci-fi space opera tabletop role-playing game, actual play, using the Stars Without Number system.
You look at the stars and outnumbered board.
Oh, I figured we would cut. I figured we would cut to that. Set in a universe of our own design. Who are all of y'all?
My name is Drew.
And you are?
Oh, and I play Klint,
Mm.
the big old religious
Baldy.
dude. Baldy.
Big old baldy.
Milkman.
Milkman.
I'm Melinda. I play Jaqs, the pilot.
My name's Deanna. I play Aylara, and I'm a medic, and that's it. And I'm sick.
I'm sick.
I'm gonna get through this.
Why?
It was messing up the frame on me. And
What are you
mixing
talking
my
about?
things
Give
up.
my pencil back.
It's like,
Fuck.
hi, I'm Ian, and I have to do it on the mic, huh? Hi, I'm Ian, and I'm playing Levi, the unfortunate leader, or not even. I don't even fucking know.
Oh, you're the leader? Is that what's going on?
I'm the leader of the colony. Yeah,
Self-proclaimed.
no, I'm running that shit. And yeah, we're about to use my powers to do some crazy space hijacking shit. What's going on with you two?
Just let us be. Don't.
Let
This
the-
is.
What's
Let the
going
girl-
on with
let the
us
girls
when
girl,
you just
dude.
had a whole entire freak out about your frame with a pencil?
I
Okay.
have a moneymaker, and we can't close it off, baby.
Well, Nikki said, Dana.
I know.
So I've got a question for all of y'all today. How is it that you see the world as we go through the story? What's the sort of art style, or
What do we
visuals?
picture in our
Yeah, what are you
brains?
picturing, sort of stylistically? You can comparative to other types of media or something specific
Yeah,
you
I
have in
think
mind.
very Firefly for me. Like a lot of kind of practical set looking stuff.
Nice.
Browns.
Yeah.
Oh, brown.
Yeah, a lot of
Brown,
gray.
Sad.
Sad.
Depressing.
Dark. At one point, it was more cartoonish.
Mm.
At one point, if there was another season that we had played,
What are you
ever.
talking about?
So
Um,
dead.
But now I think I agree. It's like very live action, practical. Brown, agreed. Sad. Dark. That's
Wow,
it.
this is really just a state of who we are as
Yeah.
people now, you know?
Why? Because I'm brown?
Oh.
Sad and dark?
Oh.
Yep, I was referring to your race. That is correct. That is correct.
Damn.
Moving on.
Yes.
Moving right along.
Please.
I think I see it. For me, I feel like I've kind of shifted because I feel like in that one season that I don't even know what that was,
my
like in
God.
that dream that happened many moons ago, it felt very animated to me. I feel like it's still somewhat in that vein. To me, like honestly, the way I kind of see it, like art style wise, it like honestly like Alan Moore's Watchmen. I feel like it's kind of like I see it very. It
Interesting.
feels very graphic novel-y to me, like
Mm.
right now, where it's very like and then I feel like color wise, like. I don't get brown like at
Yeah.
all, which is funny. I get like gray, like you're on the moon kind of gray, and then there's like the gray like surface, planet surface, and then the contrast with like the black night sky, and then like a huge red star off in the distance.
Mm.
I see live action. I have always seen us as live action. I think this planet in particular, I see like very neutral tones, very earthy tones, but like when we're traveling in space, I'm getting a lot of vibrant colors, like a lot of space travel, like a lot of
And slip.
Rainbow Road,
Yeah,
Yeah.
sort of miasmery galaxy stuff.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Mm.
a lot of colors. But in this where we're at right now, I'm definitely getting the. I mean, yeah.
We don't have a mood board, right, for the show that would give us the answer of what we're supposed to see, right? Isn't
We
that
have
the-
one?
I don't necessarily
so.
think that
I don't
there
think
has
you're
to be a
supposed
set
to
answer. I
see
think you're all
anything,
supposed to
yeah.
have slightly different answers.
Yeah, I know. I was making a joke. I
Oh,
think we need to all
oh.
be
We all-
homogenized.
man, we all missed it.
Okay. Matt.
Yeah, me.
We were all like, oh, that's
I'm like, oh no, you guys took this way too seriously. Stop.
Damn.
Got that.
This last couple episodes, I've seen it as a lot of grays and really stark coloring of gray, orange from whatever sort of like electronic lights are there, and then black. Lots of shadows, and
Ooh, I like that.
seeing the sort of the the surface of the planet with space above it. It's like a painting of like gray, black, and then a little bit of speckling throughout. Like really stark differences between the two. I don't know.
Do you
So,
see
like-
it that way just because Deanna's brown? Is that...
Yeah, just 'cause. Just that. Just starkly brown. That's it.
Token minority.
Uh,
Wah, wah.
Appreciate your
Womp
presence.
womp.
For talking, never mind. I'm not even.
All right. With that, shall we just hop into it?
Mhm.
Why not?
Please, let's get there.
So, quick summary of what happened last time. You all realized that there was this group of people from the surface starting to drill down into the mines. You were able to parse out that it's going to be about 8 hours until they're able to break through into your group of people. Ultimately, as a group, you decided and agreed to take Jaqs' ship up to the ISS Harbinger of the Interstellar Empire fleet that's above the planet's surface. And as you were trying to leave, Callum stepped in and said, yeah, you're not taking the fuel of this place and leaving at all. And ultimately, Levi, you said, hey, you come with us, be part of the team, make sure that we come back and do what we say we're going to do. And as a group, you eventually headed on to Jaqs' ship through the long tunnel that you've sort of used as your smuggling route. And you eventually got to the ship, Big Blue. And in the back and forth as a group, trying to figure out what you're actually going to do and how you're going to do your mission up on the Harbinger, of taking control of it, whatever that means. Levi, you ultimately said, we don't have time for this, or decided that, and displayed your powers. In the doing, you made the ship levitate and turn on, getting ready to take off, which the jets kicked on to kick up off the ground. And let out this entity that has infected you, Sky, and barely was able to maintain control over yourself in the final moments of the last episode.
Like Jacob wrestling God in the Bible.
Nice.
An angel,
Good
but
Bible reference.
Well, an angel,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Same thing.
yeah, I mean, there's allegory in this, I guess.
Sure, someone fought.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
someone fought in the
okay.
Bible.
Yeah.
That's the same.
Spot the metaphor.
We left off with Klint, you picking Levi up by the shirt collar
That's right.
and staring him down to see if he is actually maintaining control. And ultimately, Levi did. Your eyes have transmuted into this wire structure of your capillaries turning into these very thin filaments, and the cornea being made out of these larger wires and tubing in your eye. Yeah.
Is this something that is going to be like I'm like not like permanent, but like are my eyes just like this at least for like the next couple hours?
For now.
Perfect.
Could just shove a USB cord in your eye socket now, see if you can jack in.
Exactly.
For now.
Gonna give you all malware.
And Klint confirming that, Levi, you were in control, let go of your jacket collar, and you crumpled to the ground. And that's where we pick up. The four of you, plus Callum and Nathan, all stand there as the ship has settled down back into the dust here. What do you do?
So he's passed out
Yeah.
right now?
He's still awake, but getting his wits about him.
So we ready to go?
Are you ready to go?
I'll be good.
I mean, you do that for a tiny little ship right here, but you want to take control of a big one. Are you sure you're going to be okay?
Nope. But we don't have a choice.
Oh my God. All right. Get in. Everybody get in. Get in.
I'm sorry, before we move on here, care to explain what's going on? Why do I feel like you know what's happening here and you just turned on this ship with your mind?
Oh my God.
You know, I'd love to really get into like the nitty gritty of it and give you my life story right now, but the fact of the matter is we're racing against the clock right now. And this isn't just about me, this is about everybody down there.
And as you say that, Nathan sort of jostles Callum and heads towards the ship. Let's go. We'll explain on the ride up. And he hops in first and starts ambling his way towards the lounge area of your ship.
Yep.
You all hop in, and the three of you, Aylara, Levi, Klint, and then also Nathan and Callum, take seats in the small lounge area of this ship. It's cramped, but comfortable. And Jaqs, you hop into the cockpit and you power the ship on. Could you give us a little description of kind of what the cockpit looks like, what maybe some of the buttons or colors are, or if you have anything hanging from somewhere or
What
anything
type of
like
calendar you have?
None of that.
Mm.
I'm not much of a sentimental girl. I don't have a lot of things. I have my book, which my friend now has. Maybe we're friends. I don't know.
Or lovers.
Don't get me going. Don't get me going. But the ship itself is my sentimental item. It fits only me. And my seat's very comfy. Fits to my bum. Okay.
I love that this is like an internal monologue. That's the description. It's beautiful.
Okay, great. So it's kind of like, I'd say, pretty, circular around me. I want to say it's pretty wide. And it's got, I want to say it's pretty simple too. I built my ship. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's got mix match parts. It's got, like a few accelerating shifts. I've obviously got my steering wheel, but it's not a wheel. Okay. It's not a wheel. I'm going to make that clear. It's a steering wheel that I steer with, but it's not a wheel. So it's a steerer. That's in my dictionary.
Yeah. Wait, so like, what's it look like if it's not like a wheel like that you're
Is it
steering?
like
with? It's
two
like
pipes or something that
Yeah.
you're holding on to? Or?
How do I picture? I picture it like one of those little like like a bike handle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like a no, not like that.
Oh,
like
okay.
like a sports bike.
Oh, okay.
Like it's got the big old handle.
Oh, that's kind of rad, actually.
Okay,
That's
so
kinda rad,
it's like
yeah.
a sports bike handle, and it can like it moves around, right? But I've got my accelerators over there, and then I have a few buttons, obviously, that do, because I do indeed have some weapons on my ship.
Yeah, one laser.
Got that thing on you.
I've got that thing on me. So I've got a few buttons, but it is minimal, right? It flies. That's what my ship does. So, got my accelerators and my intercom button. That one's the biggest one. That's the biggest one. It's big and red, and I push it, and it goes boop.
The big red button.
The big red button is the intercom
Are
button.
any of the buttons labeled? So, like, if someone goes on the ship, would they
No.
know what they're doing? Or
Why would anybody be driving my ship?
Good
Point. All right,
Oh,
fair,
yeah.
fair,
Hell
fair.
They are not labeled.
Hell yeah.
No need for labels.
No co-pilot
That's a waste
station.
of time. It fits me in my bum only.
All right, there it is. There
Bob
it is.
is the co-pilot.
You said
That
that shit, you're
is-
gonna be like, "Oh, this is not for
I
my
sat
bum."
down
Yeah.
and I said, fits like a glove. And
Amazing.
and it's pretty, I mean, my window, like my view is pretty big, right? So like I can see probably like
It's
a
kinda
little
like
bit
a
above
bubble,
me.
maybe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
So I've got like a big eyesight.
Mm.
Yeah.
Great periphery, if you will.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Mm.
You've got a bigger vocabulary than me.
Bigger
So,
vocabulary.
And that's my cockpit.
That's my cockpit.
Yeah,
That's my
I know.
cockpit. That fits me and my bum only.
That's beautiful.
I have a sign outside that says "No boys allowed."
That's the one bit of sentimentality that you
yes,
have.
amazing.
You were like, I gotta have that.
Yes.
It makes me giggle.
That's great. I love that. I love that. All right. So with that, you all hop into your respective seats. The cushion in the cockpit cups your bum.
Perfectly, yes. thank you.
Perfectly. And you start up your ship. You feel the low hum of the engines coming to life. And you all feel as the gravity kicks in a little bit harder as the ship starts to take off and slowly crest out of this cave structure that it's in. Yes.
I hit the intercom. Everybody's buckled up, correct?
Can we respond back?
Obviously, that's
Yeah.
what an intercom does.
Oh,
Is there
I
a
didn't
big
know.
red
Hello!
intercom button?
It's like I thought an intercom was you press it and then everybody hears you.
Okay, well, I can't hold the button while I'm flying, so
Uh-huh,
I'm
uh-huh.
assuming that I press my button and it stays blinking on
Okay,
when my
okay.
intercom's on.
Got it. Very
Okay.
important.
Okay.
I can't find my seatbelt.
It straps over. It probably won't fit you,
It's
tall
like beneath
guy.
your shoulders.
But I would
Um,
say you have to probably buckle it under your shoulders. But
Alright.
everybody else's should go over your shoulders. I cannot believe I'm having to explain how to buckle yourself right now.
I just grab whatever straps I find and just kind of tie them in a knot together in front of me.
But we're strapped in, correct?
Strapped
Yes,
in.
we're good. Yep.
Once you've all strapped in, you feel the ship pitch up, and then you're all pressed back pretty hard into the back of your seats as Jaqs, you accelerate up through the atmosphere.
She's hitting the nose.
So funny.
I love that you're having fun with this.
After about 8 minutes, you feel the ship start rocking a little as you're breaking through atmosphere, and then you feel everything go soft as the gravity releases you. You feel the weight in your seat from your body weight start to release, and even though Janice has lower gravity than Earth would per se, but might, something deep back in your lizard brain would be able to remember of you all living in, these various planets and traveling through the stars throughout your whole lives and the different gravities that are there. You feel none of that. You have a moment of calm, and Jaqs, for you, I think you let out maybe a breath you didn't know you were holding as you see the just expanse of space before you
Yeah.
and the potential that you're going to get out of here. So,
Yeah.
some just quick housekeeping. It took about an hour from when you discovered the drill till takeoff till about now, so a little over an hour. So you have about 7 hours left until the drill breaks through into your mind.
Hmm.
You see that it's going to take about a 2-hour flight to get towards the fleet. That's how long it's going to be.
Damn.
Okay.
You
3
see
hours.
you're able
Yeah.
to see that. I think you maybe pass along that information, or
Are you done doing the housekeeping? Because then I'm gonna get into a whole conversation if you're not done.
you see, Jaqs, that it's going. Your little ship computer says it's going to take about 2 hours to get to where you're going. Housekeeping done.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Intercom on. Okay, guys. So it looks like it's gonna take us about 2 hours to get to this fleet. 2 hours there, 2 hours back. That does not leave us a lot of time. I would love to know, Levi, where exactly you would like me to drop you off.
Take us to the big one.
Okay, yes, but
Yeah.
what part of the big inn? Big parts, Where
Big parts indeed.
Where do you need to be?
I think. Well, I guess this is kind of where we're going to be opening it up to discussion on the floor in terms of best plan of action once we do get on the ship. Klint, are my eyes still
Yep.
wiry? Okay. I think we can use this to our advantage. With there being a stalemate between these big ships going on right now, there's going to be some food issues. I think we come on there, we pitch to them with the visual proof of my eyes looking as they do, that we have made some serious and significant breakthroughs in body modification to reduce hunger. And that way, because ultimately all we need to do is we need to get to the bridge. That's ultimately I need to get in that room, and then everything else will be square. But we come in there with a big trade token in exchange for, I don't know, ships or something of the like that. We have to come up with a good reason for why we're coming up there. But so if we are following that plan of action, I think what we can do, I think we can just have them take us on board. I think we can just play our cards straight like that and go on board, get greeted by them, and get taken up to a negotiating room at the very least.
So when I am approaching the ship and they try to reach me, I surrender myself to them.
Yes, and say that we are traders coming from the planet.
Okay, now with what?
Well, with a technological breakthrough that can help with hunger issues, which I'm sure they're going to be in desperate need of.
Do we know if they've taken anyone in that's come up from the planet? Any of the other colonies?
They probably have taken some from the other Interstellar Empire factions, but
So no.
no, we don't.
And what's to say they're not just going to blow us up
Yeah,
in the sky?
what if we
Well,
just
and that's why we gotta make our trading ship the best that possibly can be, and I think a solution to hunger, especially with them with slipgate travel being disabled, is going to be quite beneficial for them.
Do we want to just contact them now then?
We could actually, yeah, just reach out to them before they get the chance to blow us up if that's going to be their recourse.
Am I the only one that's questioning this?
I'm questioning it too.
I mean, do you have a better plan?
I don't see how they would possibly believe that we, in the last 3 months, have developed some new body modification technology that we could install on their people, and that would do much if they're starving, if that's the assumption. Why would they need it at this point? How would it save them?
Well,
Their stalemate is the problem.
their stalemate is the problem, and pretty soon food is going to be a problem for them as well. I
Do you
mean,
know that?
if they've been up there 3 months without any back and forth with the Interstellar Empire, I imagine their reserves are probably, at least within the next year or so, going to be quite a bit of an issue. It might not be an issue now, but I think they'd be willing to hear us out.
We're growing food, aren't we? Don't some of those massive ships anyway, they have their own...
But is
Food
it enough
growth
food? Is it
stores?
sustainable? Is it something that's going to be lasting them forever? Because ultimately, like right now, without communication back to their home planet and without food traveling back and forth, it's definitely going to be a very pertinent question on their mind.
And if it is, we don't actually have anything to offer.
No, we don't. I just need to get in the room. And I think with my eyes looking as they do, there's a world where they hear us out.
And there's also a world that they're horrified and they blow us up. What are your betting odds on that?
Of them being horrified? Well, I mean, this is a smaller vessel. I don't think really pose too much of a existential threat to them.
Jaqs.
Whoa. Okay, don't talk about my ship like that, first of all.
Jaqs. Can you sneak onto their ship? Could you land us on there?
Yes, depending on access points, I would need to find a soft spot. But yes, it is possible.
It is possible. Is there any way that you can break us into their hull somehow? Do you have anything that we could do that with?
I have a laser. That is what my ship is equipped with.
See, I think that works in the context of it being a plan B, but I really don't like the idea of us going onto that ship guns a-blazing, fighting an entire army with us.
You'll need a good alias, for subterfuge.
Yeah.
You're gonna need to have a good backstory about why you were here, what you were doing,
Well, I think we
why
can...
you had that technological breakthrough. Just be prepared.
No, for sure. And that's something I can If I get on my data pad, I can concoct up some backstory, make the badges look official.
What
have
does
you.
Nathan think?
Sorry, Levi, but I think I'm with Callum on this one.
Hmm.
I don't see how they would, if food would even be a problem for them. They're designed to go months, years without refueling and restocking. We pose nothing other than a potential mouth to feed or a danger.
I just
we-
don't see how like us sneaking on. I mean, unless we can get in there completely undetected, like, and then we're on the ship, and then what?
Can I scan for? Can I? Especially from this distance, would I be able to scan the ship and see what any like? I'm calling them soft spots, but any like any spaces that would be easier to breach than others?
We'll do something a little different.
Okay.
Let's go for a no check
Oh.
plus wisdom or intelligence.
Well, I don't know shit, so let's find out. Okay, no plus wisdom or intelligence.
Actually, I think I could justify giving you pilot for this. I could justify
I'll
that in my
take
head.
that.
So you can do that.
Can I hear what the justification is?
You're a fairly accomplished smuggler. You've had to deal with
Hush, hush.
interstellar empire fleets before.
Hmm.
You've been coming in and out of Janus.
Mm.
That is an interstellar empire hub. That's a pretty high security place.
Mm.
I think that's my justification.
You're
It makes
so
sense
right.
to
I'm
me.
so skilled. Indeed. I don't know shit, but I'm so skilled.
Well, I think pilot-wise you do.
Plus what? I'm so sorry.
Wisdom or intelligence.
All right.
Oh boy.
Okay, so that's gonna be. It's a 7.
Woof.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that with a 7,
Yeah.
you certainly for your first question, no, you cannot scan from this distance.
Right. Okay.
What I was giving you is that more of you've had experience in some capacity with
Their
this type of ships.
Gotcha.
With the 7, I would say you're not really able to know where their soft spots are,
Okay.
where you might be able to sneak in under their radar.
Mm.
Your ship is designed to do that,
Mm.
to get in and out under the radar of things, but where to land where they would not be able to detect you, you don't know that.
Cool.
I mean, does make sense that plan A, plan B thing if you think about it, right?
But if we call them and then they know that we're coming, there is no plan B.
We don't have to tell them we're coming, right?
Yeah.
Then why would we be calling them?
We're calling them to see if they would invite us on their ship, and if they say no, we'll be like, okay. And
They'll be able to pick up our signature.
oh, I didn't know that how that works.
I can
Can you? Yeah.
I can help mask it to a degree. I mean, I'm not sure how successful it would be, and they have very advanced technology. But
Then why don't we just mask it to break onto the ship? I feel like we're taking a much bigger risk by trying to offer ourselves up, not knowing if they would accept us.
Hey, Laura, what do you think? You've been quiet for a while.
I think that I agree with Levi, but I don't think that we should use the hunger angle. I think you should threaten them with your power, seeing you look like what you look like.
That's crazy.
okay, no, I think
No fucking wonder you haven't been able to do anything down there to help us.
Okay, well, that's a bit aggressive and extreme. We're not trying to fight each other, okay? We're trying to get this done.
if we want a really good trade token, I think I'd suffice. I've been wanted by the Interstellar Empire for the past like a couple years at the very least. I've been on several lists. You guys come in there. I'm handcuffed. And you demand nothing less than a meeting with the highest officer in exchange for food. There's a famine going on the planet. You guys just want some basic supplies. You guys get us into the main room, get me and Nathan in there. Now we're working.
And why was this not your plan A?
Well, I don't know if you noticed this, Jaqs, but I didn't wake up today exactly planning to take over an entire fleet.
I could take you in.
Yeah.
It's part of my order. Has certain jurisdictions to operate with the Interstellar Empire in order to acquire targets.
Thoughts?
I completely do not agree. That is my thought.
I don't think we should use the food angle. We're looking for a way off the planet.
Okay. I think that works as well.
How much time do we have left now?
So you've got an hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, time.
Okay. Any
We need to prepare to masquerade as bounty hunters or something that meant to do this. What's our story? How did we discover who you are? That we captured you out on the ship.
Well, I think on the planet, people are aware of our colony. Maybe you caught me out there in the wasteland scavenging.
Yeah, that might work. Anything else?
I could say you were my assignment. That I was sent for my order to find you.
And theoretically, if there's any other technologists from your sect aboard, was this something that would be verifiable? Or I'm
They
guessing
would
you
try
guys.
to confirm it, yes.
But how would they? Well, if are you guys storing these assignments digitally? In which I imagine you're not. It would all be through writings and word of mouth. No.
Correct. They would
So-
contact someone.
Okay.
So it would
Although-
take time, though, to contact someone.
Right.
We're working with 2 hours aboard the ship, more or less.
Well, if they contact someone, then the jig would be up. So we would want to get what we're done before they contact someone anyway.
Ideally, yeah.
How long do you think it will take?
To contact someone?
Hmm.
I'm not sure how information is traveling now that the conventional methods of going through the slip is down.
I think we'd be okay.
They might not be able to contact them at all. Maybe that's why they're stalemated out there.
I guess circling back to what we were talking about earlier, do we feel like we'd want to reach out to them before we get within their firing range and give them an offer, or would we rather just get right up in there and get into it?
I say we don't contact them, but we still have a problem. Our pilot's not on board.
If everybody agrees to this plan, I am ready to forego my own opinions for the better of the group. I would rather save these people's lives than be right.
You're not worried about them taking your ship?
I can build another ship.
Resourceful.
Thank you, Jaqs.
Do I contact them or no?
I vote no.
I vote yes.
They will reach out to me before we board anyway. Is it smarter to do it before they reach out to us?
Levi, can you make us invisible?
Well, if we make ourselves invisible and then we reach out to them, it's going to look very weird.
Hmm.
I think
That
we
would
reach
look
out to them now.
biased. Okay.
And, if they're. I think the scary thing for us right now is they might hear on the board and then just decide to blow us all up all at the same time. So I think it'd be better to know where that we stand with them sooner rather than later.
I vote yes. I think that's a good bargaining chip. Klint?
I follow Levi's lead.
Okay.
Thank you, Clint. And if they do threaten us, I think one thing you can throw their way is I have information pertaining to other affiliates such as Artie, El Capitan.
Who the fuck
Theo.
is that?
Well, other outlaws, I guess you'd say, that they'd be very keenly interested in finding.
So more information that they would want.
Precisely.
All right.
more reason not to kill us.
Okay, just so that I am fully aware of the plan, I'm going to call them, tell them that I have Levi. What is your last name?
Williams.
Williams. Okay. I have the wanted Levi Williams aboard my ship. We found him in the wastelands outside of our area on Janus colony. Sure. It's okay. Outside of our colony on Janus, and what do we want from them?
An escape? Way off planet? I think you guys can place yourself under the guise, especially with Callum and Aylara here as Martian conglomerate expats, living off the grid more or less.
Okay, so our specific colony needs extreme help, and we need help off the planet.
I think we can be more selfish than helping the colony. I think you guys are out for yourselves.
We're leaving them.
Okay. And we are all in agreement?
4-2.
Okay.
And with that, you take the next 30 minutes or so until you come into range of the Harbinger, where you are not trying to do anything to hide, but the sort of natural capacity of Big Blue to kind of look just like a piece of space detritus or
tiny but mighty
asteroid or something like that.
That's Big Blue for you.
Force demands that you reach out to them.
Right.
And so you find the radio signature of the Harbinger.
Yep.
And you ring them up. After
exactly.
After a few moments, the call is answered. Do you speak first, or do you wait for them to speak?
I feel like it's natural when you answer the phone for like somebody to be like, "Hello," but I guess I can speak first.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to come in hot.
I mean, we're trying to be peaceful, so I'm not really trying to go in hot.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Totally fair. You hear over the line, "Unidentified spacecraft. Who are you?"
Hello. So I am the pilot, Jacqueline Raider, and this is my ship, Big Blue. I come in peace. I just have a wanted criminal on my ship, Levi Williams, and we found him outside of our area, and we really just need some help off of the planet. So in exchange for him, we're looking for some help. If we could board your ship and have a discussion, please. Crush that.
Oh, man.
Crush that.
God, I feel like I have to do a talk check on that.
Why? That was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. I just want to see a talk check, either if it's a 12 or a 1.
Absolutely not. No talk check.
No talk check.
Absolutely
not
Well, it's
really.
actually pilot if you think about
Yeah!
it.
Yeah.
She's pilot in the
She
conversation.
said
That's
pilot in the
piloting
sentence,
skill.
so
Pilots have to learn how to do that.
yeah.
Exactly. Talking
Part of
pilot.
your pilot.
She totally gives herself a fist bump.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
After-
Like you have good talk checks if you're flying while talking.
Yeah.
If you're not, you're like, what am I?
Wait,
saying?
how do I talk to
Well
people?
done. That makes sense actually for her.
You hear after a few moments the voice respond. Do you have identification of Levi Williams?
I mean, when we're on the ship, I can show you him. I mean, I don't have like a camera on me right now to send you a photo. He told me, and if this is of any use to help identify him more, that he has information on some weirdos named El something and something El Capitan and Theo something. or somebody something. He knows more. Maybe you could talk to him directly.
After that, you hear.
Sending you coordinates for Bay 13.
And the line hangs up. You get those coordinates, and you seem good to go.
Y'all, we're in Bay 13. Get ready to rumble.
Well
Am
spoken,
I?
Jaqs.
Am I?
Well spoken.
Yeah, you punch off the intercom. Who am I? What?
I know I had that dog in me.
Yes, girl, get it. Okay.
And so with that, you prep your cargo, if you will. I assume you maybe...
I'm gonna pull
Yeah.
out like a little bit of one of my my sashes
Mm.
that I normally use to apprehend people because that is the talent that I have.
Gonna hard tie me.
That's right. Levi, with your permission. Behind your back, please.
As you wish.
Kneeling.
Do you like this
Just
very
kidding.
It's
Not-
I actually really like it.
Clint does
Tight.
that, and as you're doing that, Callum walks over to you, looks at you, Levi, and says, "Sorry, but to make this more realistic," and he clocks you in the face.
Can I try to intercept that clock?
I don't think so. I think he purposely waited for you to be tying his hands behind his back
Gotcha.
to do that.
Got a mean fucking right hook
He
there,
thinks
Callum.
of everything.
Holy shit. 6 points of damage.
Oh my god.
I
God
thought you were just trying to make
damn,
it real, not
dog.
actually hurt him.
Where's he punch me?
right in the right in the mouth.
You didn't want to give him a black. Oh, not his eyes.
Did I lose a tooth?
No.
6
But your
points
mouth
damage,
is but your mouth
your
is
teeth are
immediately
cracked.
bleeding. I
I'm
think your
gonna
lip is
just
cracked.
immediately snap up and just like not even punch him, but just like with the backhand onto his face.
Okay, that's
We're not fighting each other. We are not fighting each other.
if you're gonna go ahead and do that, let's
Boys.
go for a punch check.
I cannot right now.
Do you have punch?
I don't have punch. I have stab.
Oh.
That's a punch. It's a punch. That's definitely a punch.
slap.
Well, but
It's
what
a
if he
big
does it with
slap.
like for the eyes?
It's like my what if I do it with my nails?
Yeah.
No.
It's a punch check.
Oh!
Oh. He bitch slapped him.
+1, but -2, so -1. so
With the 12, amazing.
He's-
Incredible on the bitch
That feels
slap.
good.
Incredible.
That feels good.
That does feel good.
Incredible.
I have a good line for it too. So this is
Okay.
Levi, as you sort of take the hit and step off to the side, Clint, you step up and whack Callum across the face, sending him flying backwards, and he, I think, crashes into a chair and bounces over it and falls back against the bulkhead.
Fucking
Do I
hell.
get to roll any damage?
Yeah, let's go for
my
crit.
God.
Let's go, I guess, 2d6s.
Jesus.
God damn it, God. Okay.
6.
Also 6.
That's the
pretty
6. Eye for an eye, eh?
Back. I'm like, we wanted to make the struggle look real, right?
Callum's nose, as he slowly brings himself up, is broken and bleeding profusely, and he tries to wipe his nose, and blood just keeps sheeting down his face. And he goes and reaches down in his shirt and pulls off a piece of cloth and stares daggers at you, Clint, and holds the cloth to his nose.
As this is happening to you,
Yes, girl.
I bend down. I don't know if
Bend
you're
over?
bending down. I bend down to Levi's height, wherever he's tied down. I'm assuming he's like sitting down. I don't know.
You probably sat
on his
yourself down
ass.
after you got punched
Yeah.
in the face.
I take out like a cloth, sanitize,
Like her-
and I reach over and like start kind of like wiping
Yeah.
his lip. And then I say to him, I thought we were going to be honest with each other.
What do you mean?
I just want some explanation.
About
What do you mean about what? About your eyes. About what happened. You don't have to do it now. But I'd hope you'd be honest with me.
Mm.
And then I stand up and walk to my seat.
So
And you-
fuck
and you
Callum and
purposely-
his bloody fucking
Classic
You
DM
per-
walk away.
Hang it over me.
You purposely do not go to help Callum.
Yes,
um,
I
yeah,
just like
yeah,
stand up,
yeah.
look at him,
and you
put
sit
my
back
cloth
down.
away.
Callum, you hear a crunching sound and a bit of a yelp from Callum as he resets his nose
Oof,
as best
That's
he
like that.
can.
disgusting.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking
yeah.
hell.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
gnarly.
Cut to that. Holy shit.
Is
cut to
that,
that.
please
That's
tell me
great.
that's on your special skills list
That's
because
my
that's
special skills.
awesome.
Yeah, that was good. That was a particularly good flick there. And with that, you see, particularly you, Jaqs, as you start cresting through this armada.
Are we all done fighting and destroying my ship now?
I'm finished.
Everybody else?
Mm-hmm.
I think I got a little bit of blood on your seats. I'll get some Clorox wipes or something after. Sorry.
This is hilarious. Okay, guys, we're coming up on it.
Jaqs, you look through the windshield and are the only one of this group to see the interstellar armada. You see the Harbinger itself, the central ship, as you counted out 10 other smaller ships of different size sort of circle and orbit around the Harbinger. This massive hulk that as you approach it, you can see all of the lights blinking on the surface, damage from the fights that it has clearly been in with the Martian conglomerate fleet somewhere else off in the distance. You see the massive oblong shape of this ship. You can't really see what is necessarily the front end or the back end other than seeing on the far side where the engines shoot out their jets, the blue ions flying out into space as it slowly drifts past you. As you steer into the territory of this armada, you see as two strike fighters zip out through the dark and coast right next to you as they beckon you in towards Bay 13.
Great. I'll wave at one of them.
You're not sure if they see you or not.
Okay, well,
No.
still. I come in peace.
As you get closer, to the Harbinger, you are really able to make out just the sheer size of this thing. The port side of this ship is a massive wall. You are a tiny bug next to it, and you look left and right and can make out the gray metal sliding down almost out of your ability to see. And same on the other side. You see a small port open in the wall here of where you're clearly headed to. A shining beacon of light in some sense. You fly in, and as you approach, the fighters drift off in either direction, beckoning you in. You can make out on different pieces of the Harbinger turrets that are aimed at you as you slowly crest in, tracking you. This is truly the flagship of this massive governmental system that got lost out here. You move in past the shields through the open doors of Bay 13. You see this massive room with a small balcony sort of up on top with people going back and forth. There's a much larger deck that's raised and goes into the wall of where the doors are to enter deeper into the ship. You are being met with a cadre of 20 soldiers, fully armed. You bring your ship slowly to a stop and you slowly crest down. You all are jolted back into your seats as the artificial gravity kicks in. And you turn your ship and you put your ship into park. Effectively.
You literally
you're
have
ready
like
to
a
go.
little park lever. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like an e-brake.
Yeah.
Yeah. You put the ship into park and ready to go. You have a moment or two. You probably start lowering the cargo bay door.
Mm-hmm.
One last thing. If things start to go awry, complete the deal. Turn me in and get out of here.
And with that, you all head down the bay door. You are all met by this group of soldiers. Their guns are armed and primed. They're not aimed at you at the moment. I think you probably... What's the order in which you go out?
I think Levi first with me right with my hand on his shoulder is the back of his collar.
Great.
I want to be close behind, given that I'm the spokesperson of the group.
Phenomenal.
I got my pistol out, kind of like on his other side.
On
On
Levi.
Levi.
Great.
Ooh,
Love
smart girl. I was like,
Mhm.
put that away.
Love it. I think Nathan is behind you there as well, sort of holding his pistol out, but not necessarily aiming it at Levi, but certainly down, not aiming it at anyone. And Callum's still holding the cloth over his nose, steps out finally. The soldiers all look at you, and you see that the captain or lieutenant in charge steps forward. He's a younger man with fully shaved hair, still cropped. The one thing you do notice, I don't think it's super something you wouldn't be able to see immediately. You can kind of see it around at the rest of the soldiers too. They're all also a little gaunt, like they've been on rations and
So
things like
food
that.
is an issue.
I say nothing.
Well,
That's
no,
good.
you
That would be
can't
really
be
bad.
I
busted.
told you guys.
With that,
This is
the
already-
lieutenant steps up to Levi, holds out a comm pad, and you watch as a small stick almost comes straight out. It looks, it has a little bulb at the end of it that scans Levi, scans his face, scans his eyes.
Can I spit on it?
Ew!
You can if you want.
Yeah, I want to spit blood on it.
Performative.
Yeah, I think you do that, and I think a bit of it splatters onto the lieutenant
Somebody
behind
punch
it.
him.
And
I do kind of like maybe nuzzle my gun.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you
don't
jab him
that.
in the ribs a
Yeah,
little bit? Yeah,
yeah.
you jam him in the ribs.
Nice. Ooh, give it a good shake.
The lieutenant, after a moment, wipes his eyes, turns to someone and says, "Gag him." Someone comes forward and
I've got it, I say, and I just immediately pull out another thing and rip it around like a second.
you tie that around Levi's mouth, and you watch as it slowly saturates with blood on one side.
I have allergies. I can't breathe.
That's a
Space
little
You
dust.
got your
Isn't
allergy
it?
shot, though,
Yeah,
now, so
yeah,
you
yeah.
can breathe now.
And the lieutenant looks to the lot of you. Very well. Who is in charge? Who were we speaking to?
You were speaking to me. Yes.
Very well. You are looking for a way off of the planet, yes?
Yes.
Well, seems fair enough for us. You are welcome to stay. We will keep a guard on you. We will have some lodgings for you. It will not be anything fancy. Take him. And a couple of soldiers come forward and take him away from you guys and start leading him off.
I would stop them from grabbing him for a moment.
You do that?
Just, with my voice.
Go ahead. What do you say? What do you say?
I say, I am of the Order of the Luddites, and he is my charge, sent to me from the Mackenites in order to bring him in. I'm happy to escort him with you to wherever you need to keep him in cell, but I would like to remain with him, as is how we normally do these things.
Do you have identification?
I do. I would, right? Like, there's no
Yeah.
reason I wouldn't.
Yeah, I think you would.
Yeah, probably. I pull out like a paper identification in this weird world. of
probably a fucking
technology.
scroll.
Yeah. Maybe like a tablet. Maybe it's like a carved thing.
Yeah, ooh,
yeah.
Necklace, and you just pull it out.
Oh, that's I love that.
And
Oh, that's
Okay.
sick. I love that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I pull down I just pulled out my sash, and there's like this like almost a dog tag sort of thing, hand etched with like some specific like Luddite shit on it.
Fucking sick.
so
Some
Um,
fucking Luddite shit.
Luddite
on
shit
it.
on it. Do some
In this
carvings
world,
and
Luddite.
stuff.
Well, kind
Yeah.
of together.
Um,
So
Says a
and,
yee.
With that, he has the camera come back up again. He has to sort of clear it. He takes it, presses it forward onto the thing that's on your face, the gag that's on you, and wipes it and smudges it off of that. Takes a photo of that, waits for a moment. Very well. You may stay with him. We will let you stay outside the prison doors. That is the best I can do. I cannot let you stay in there with him.
That's acceptable.
Very well. We will show you to your quarters.
Thank you.
This way, Levi.
Oh, not us. Thank you. Thank you.
And the two of you plus Nathan and Callum head off in one direction. And Levi and Klint, you are escorted a separate way away from the group.
This seems like a terrible thing that's happening.
Girl, we gotta trust.
It's perfect. Everything's going
Everything
exactly
is
to
going
plan.
exactly
Yes,
the way we want
For
it to.
sure. Yeah, and then what? Okay.
Over the next few minutes, Levi, you are led into an elevator, Klint as well. And you
I just had a thought. Sorry. No, I just had a thought. Oh my gosh. Wait, I'm excited now.
are go down many levels and are pushed forward into a long, somewhat familiar line of cell doors. And you are walked forward and pushed forward into one, a tiny little room with a cot to the side, and that's it. And the door, the gag is removed, your hands are untied, and the soldiers step back and out, and the door slides closed. Klint, you stay out there. You watch as they use one of their key cards and it locks the door. And the 5 soldiers that were with you head out. They met a guard that stays down here, sort of roaming around on this level. And the two of you are in this prison area for the moment. The 4 of you, Jaqs, Aylara, Callum, and Nathan, are taken up and down a bunch of hallways until you're brought into a almost barracks area. That the thing you notice as you're continuing on through here is there are pilots and engineers and soldiers and a whole host of Interstellar Empire people still roaming about through here, going about their normal business. This is still a very much functioning live ship. You're taken to a barracks area that is completely empty. It has, it's designed to have 12 cots, and they're all just empty beds with no sheets or anything on it. One of the guards tells you that you can get the sheets from a small locker on the far wall there, and they leave you. You imagine that there are some of them standing outside, probably just to keep an eye on you. But for now, that's where you guys are. Do you two want to say anything to each other and with Nathan or Callum while you guys are, what your idea was, maybe, if you want?
What idea?
The gasp that
Oh
you did?
no, because
Mm.
that is it's no, because that's well, I'll talk about it after.
Gotcha.
Okay, because I wouldn't know. My character wouldn't know. That was a me
Ah.
gasp. That was
Got
a
you.
me gasp.
Got you.
Right. Sorry. We just have to. I do want to say something, guys. This is good, right? We just have to stick to the plan.
We've got Nathan. We just need to get him up to the bridge. We didn't need Levi.
Okay.
Does Callum know Nathan is a part of this?
Yeah, that's what you said it earlier.
Hmm.
Need to get Nathan or you up to the bridge.
Sorry, I just like.
No, you're
No,
good.
you,
That's
yeah,
fair.
yeah, yeah. Because
I
you
forgot I even said that. So I'm
No,
glad
No, you said it out
for
loud.
sure,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you were
Yeah.
like, it's not just me. Like we can both
Mhm.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So we play it cool for a little bit. Let them try to trust us.
How do we get up to the bridge in 2 hours?
Well, we need to shower and eat. So let's start there.
And
What
I
else are we
think
gonna do? We're not trying to be like aggressive with them. I'm assuming they took our weapons.
You didn't
They
say.
they
did.
didn't take your
didn't say.
weapons.
Okay. So we have guns, and you
Mhm.
have each have a gun. You each have a gun, both of you that are you.
Callum and Nathan. you
This
mean?
guy and his multiple personalities.
Yes, we're not gonna start shooting. I don't
No,
think they
that's
really
what I'm
care.
saying. So what would be the like least offensive way to get out of this and like out into the ship?
We have less than 2 hours to do that. Why don't we just try to speak to them?
About what though?
And with that, we're gonna cut over to
The fuck?
Levi and Klint. Klint, you're sat on a small bench outside of this cell, staring at it, not able to see anything in through the just heavy sheet metal. Levi, you are alone in this small cell. Levi. Is it time? We can work together.
I'm really gonna take these moments to find ways to ground myself. I'm gonna focus on my breath. I'm gonna look at the texture of paint on the wall, feel the mattress underneath me, feel that the room around me is real, it's tangible, that there's a difference between the thing that I'm hearing in my head right now and the reality around me, and choose to believe the latter.
While he's doing that, I'm going to focus on the door and shift my eyes a little bit and follow all of his electrical signals in his body.
You stare at the door and through it and can make out the light shape of Levi.
That's enough. I just want to like
and
check for-
see that it is the flicker that you've been seeing is practically constant. The light barely maintaining any smooth structure, as it's constantly.
Okay.
You go through this little meditation, Levi.
We can save all those people. You can find out about your family. They would have records.
Just give in, Levi.
Klint, can you get me some water? Klint? Klint?
The walls around you have seemed to disappear. You find yourself sitting on this bench or this bed and looking out at this vast landscape of wires where the dream you were in practically just a few hours ago, you just left.
Sky, I want to go home. Get me out of here, Sky. Not fucking around. Get me out of here.
Give me a mental saving throw.
It's an 18.
As you scream this out into the void that you're in, you watch as a blue light, the sphere of light starts to come into reality before you. But it's this dark, almost inky blue, different than what you've seen in the past. And it's almost like it's leaking light, like paint or blood dripping down. You stare at this thing, and you snap back into the cell that you were in. You look around and know that Klint is outside, but he probably can't hear you. That you are back where you began when you first ever started your journey out into space, in prison.
But not for long.
And we'll end the session there.
It always ends with Sky.
Starts and ends with heart.
Mm-hmm.